Yo, what's poppin'? Welcome to Bhroman Braapsody. This is where we review cars and motorcycles. And in today's episode, we have a 2023 BMW K1600 Grand America. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about the bike, see some of its features. I'll take it out on the road, share my thoughts with you guys, talk about the cost of ownership, and assign it a Bhromance score. But before we do any of that, a quick shout out to our sponsors for today. Our sponsors for today are Motorcyclist Map. It's an app built by motorcyclists for motorcyclists. You can find routes, attractions, bridges, abandoned prisons, and a whole bunch of stuff you can add. You can create your own rides, you can add routes to it, and it's an app built for the motorcycling community by somebody who's a motorcyclist. Before we roll the intro, if you're new to Bhroman, give us a like and hit that subscribe button. We put out content every week, and your support would mean a lot. It's me, it's your boy Bro, and I am your Bhroman. So the K1600 lineup of BMW has four models: the Bagger, the Grand America, the GT, and the GTL. The Grand America has the highest price tag of all four models. It starts at $27,745, and it gives you a lot of goodies. It's got a quick shifter, it's got keyless ignition, it's got reverse assist, it's got speakers all around. It's got the new 2.0 speaker system. It has a 10.25-inch TFT display, lots of storage space, and at the heart is 1649cc inline 6, which puts out 160 horses and 133 foot-pound of torque. So this bike, which weighs north of 800 pounds, I think it's 810 pounds or something in that range, can do 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. So this is no slouch, and it also has a lot of electronic aids. It's got lean sensing ABS, lean sensing traction control, all of the stuff that we're used to from a modern day BMW motorcycle. And this motorcycle, you can go touring and yet have some sporty riding and sporty fun with it. So let's go ahead and do a quick walk around and look at some of the features of the bike, shall we? So starting off from the front of the bike, now we have these aggressive looking DRLs like we have on the S1000RR, the R1250 RT. Go on other roundy looking headlamps on the DRLs. I don't know, I love this look. It looks very mean and very aggressive. And that windshield on top, that's adjustable. And if you look at the suspension up front, this does not have the traditional rake. This has that fancy wishbone, I think dual lever suspension of BMW, so that adjusts on the fly, and you have turn signals on both sides. Pretty cool, isn't it? And if you look at the side, it's got fog lights. All right, so this bike has a 27.8 degree rake angle. What's the rake angle, you ask? We'll draw perpendicular from the steering mount, follow the fork tube. That angle is your rake angle. Shorter the rake angle, the more nimble the bike is, and larger the rake angle, the more stable it is at higher speeds, highway speeds, and such. At the heart is that 1649cc inline 6 that puts out 160 horses, 133 foot-pounds of torque. And then you have those beautiful exhausts coming there. You have saddlebags. You have saddlebags on the side, a tour pack, heated seats, and a lot more goodies. This has a 64-inch wheelbase, and it weighs about 816 pounds. Now to access the saddlebags, push on this button over here. That pops this little lever up, pull that, and then that should open right up. Now these saddlebags open sideways, they don't open from the top. Inside the saddlebag, it's not a huge saddlebag. It looks pretty decent, decently sized, not overly huge. I tried fitting it in a helmet, it won't fit a helmet, but you could fit a couple of bags, like if you get like little bags in there, those should work. And the other cool thing, it comes with its own little net to keep from things rattling along, I guess. Also right next to that, to the button, to pushing the button to open the saddlebags, the heated seats control for the passenger. And check out that seat, looks really well designed with the diamond cut design on it. I quite like it, and it also tells you that it's a Grand America. The tour bag also serves as a backrest for your passenger, and it has speakers, 2 speakers in it. Pretty cool. Same mechanism to open the tool pack. Press the button down there, that pops this lever up, pull the lever up, and then you can slide this puppy open. Again, it looks like a regular standard sized tool pack. You should be able to get some stuff in here, and you also get a power outlet on the corner, which comes in pretty handy. And on top, it also has a trunk light. Pretty neat when trying to find stuff in the dark. Now, coming to the sides, you'll see 4 buttons there. Those are for you to customize your presets. Radio controls, music controls, whatever you so choose to. So now let's look at the handlebar and the controls. On your left hand side, you have cruise control, hazards. This is to move your windshield, your menu. This is that BMW wheel you can use to toggle through stuff, turn signal, horn, and on the side you have your reverse and your fog lights. Pretty cool. As for the handlebar controls on the right hand side, this is your central lock, the mode, and the kill switch and starter button. The mirrors on this motorcycle are mounted to their fairings on both sides. They don't turn with the bike. I mean, they won't turn with the handlebar. If you move them one way or the other, they stay fixed. All right, so like I said before, this has keyless ignition. So to turn the bike on, just press the button there. That'll light up this beautiful 10.25-inch TFT screen. You have warning lights on the sides, ABS, traction control, low fuel, low air pressure, all of that. And then you get this screen here. You have your speedometer, tachometer, and your trip computer, and all of that is customized. You can customize all of that, and you can move that split screen mode. You can have the radio, you can have your trip computer or your navigation, and if you don't want anything, you can also move it away. Also, you have speakers on both ends, and these are the 2.0 speakers, so these should be better. The audio 2.0, they're supposed to be better than the previous generation one. In the previous generation, you can listen to any music over 55 miles an hour, so we'll see how this one holds up. Now, if you press the menu button, this is your standard BMW menu that you see on most of their bikes today. You can toggle through media, navigation, radio, my vehicle, and on the other side you have your phone and your settings. Now, BMW does make their getting to the heated seats a little tricky because it's under settings. You have to go into heating, then go into handlebar grips and seat, and then select the level of your heat that you want. And then you have other things here for connection, system settings, and all of that good stuff. And the one thing I want to show you guys, if you go into my vehicle, you get a quick snapshot of your miles. This gives you a little TPMS and the TPMS and the other checks of the motorcycle, the onboard computer, trip 1, trip 2. And I think the last screen is when your service is due. Yeah, so it'll tell you when your next service is due and at how many miles. That's pretty cool. And check out the windshield. You can move the windshield. Yeah, boy. The other thing is this also has a hidden phone compartment or storage compartment. So if you press the button over here, inside is a little compartment for your phone that can keep it cool. Now, the drawback is that's a really tiny compartment. I cannot get my phone to fit in there. I have a Samsung S22 Ultra, will not fit in there, but a smaller phone just might. And also, let me mention, this has that beautiful huge tank. It's got a 7-gallon fuel tank. So at 40 miles per gallon, that's its estimated fuel economy. You should be getting close to 280 miles. So your fuel stops are gonna be far and few on those long rides. And if you look to the side of the fairing here, you can open these things to let some air in and increase airflow to your legs and nether regions. Well, now that we've looked around the bike, seen some of its features, do you guys happen to know what time it is? It's ride o'clock. Let's go. Well, so if you guys are new to Bhroman, give us a like and hit that subscribe button. We put out content every week, and your support would mean a lot. Ooh, yeah. Well, let's not waste time. Let's get with the program. And we'll keep it in, we'll start it off in road mode, and we'll change modes as we go. So let's start off with our first test. Let's make a couple of U-turns and see how this puppy maneuvers, shall we? Now keep in mind, this is an 816-pound bike. But it makes these U-turns so effortlessly.
It feels like a bike. When it's moving, it feels very weightless, which means it's time to do our second test, the pull test. So let me go put it in dynamic mode. So dynamic mode is the sport mode in these bikes. Oh, oh wow, it caught me a little off guard, a little off guard. Now don't get me wrong, this is not like the S1000 double R or even the S1000 single R kind of pull, but damn, that's on a bike that weighs as much as this does and it looks the way it does. Yeah, that's something. Top sign. Brakes are really good on this bike, and let's check this out. So when I flat foot, I can flat foot it very easily with both my feet down. Huh. I'm 5'10", 31-inch inseam for reference. Alright, so let's talk about the first impressions of this motorcycle. First things first, when you sit behind the handlebars and in the cockpit, it looks like a spaceship, like you're sitting and riding a spaceship. Just look at it. You have that nice, I love that 10-inch screen. You have the windshield. I'm not getting any wind on my upper body or most of my body, just a little wind in my legs, but that's to be expected. And this balance on this bike is just so amazing on something that's as big as it is. It's really good. And the exhaust note of those 6 cylinders, yeah, does not fail to impress. And as for my seating position, I'm sitting up quite upright. I don't have to reach out for the handlebars. They are kind of pulled back towards me. My arms are nice and relaxed. I'm not reaching out, I'm not stressed out. I'm just really chilling. My feet are not folded weirdly. These are the mid-mounted foot pegs, so your feet are not far ahead, but they're right underneath you. But it also has the highway bars, so you can stretch out your legs a little bit. I'm comfortable, I'm upright, I can see a lot of things around me. I love the view of the cockpit. Yeah, it looks like a very big, gigantic bike, but I'm telling you, man, once this thing starts moving, you feel nothing. And part of it is that funky suspension up front. It kind of adjusts itself on the fly, making like as you throw it around, it makes the bike feel even much more planted than it already is. What other modes do I have? I have dynamic, rain. Let's do rain. So rain mode is, I'm assuming, is where all of those electronic aids, the nanny systems, are gonna be at the forefront, so that they don't let you do anything stupid. Traction control, ABS, everything's gonna be working at its fullest, and that's what you want, because if you're stuck in rain or riding through rain, you don't want to give it, grab hold of a throttle or the brake and then just spin out or get into some accident. So that kind of mitigates all of that. Now in rain mode, I am having to twist the throttle quite a bit for the bike to respond. And then again, that's the design of the rain mode, you know. And it's fun to just listen to that exhaust note of the 6-cylinder just wailing out like. This bike, in spite of the way it looks, it's so confidence inspiring to ride. It's so easy to ride and it's so confidence inspiring. Like, I'm sitting here very comfortably. The balance is amazing. It's not gonna do something stupid unless I do something stupid. So let's see, let's go ahead and put it in road mode. Again, you just have to close the throttle for it to engage as you're riding on the fly. So let's see. Okay, so road mode is a lot more responsive than rain, but I'm telling you, man, dynamic mode is where the fun's at. And a lot of that fun that you get in any mode is partly because of this redesign to this engine, so that you get more torque, and that torque arrives, I think, 1000 RPMs earlier than the previous gen. Oh my god, I like this bike. Oh. Do a rolling test. Holy crap. And that's in road mode, in 4th gear. Dang. Dang, dang, dang. And that barely took any time to do it. I just gave it some gas and boom, it went. This is that really nice mixed bag, and it's that sweet spot. I think sport touring motorcycles are the sweet spot where you want something to go touring with, but you don't really want something like a traditional touring motorcycle, like a, you know, a Harley, an Indian, a Goldwing, something like that. You want something that's a little more sporty, a little more fun, and a little quick on the power. And that's where these bikes come in. Like, really, I mean, these are making way much more power than either of the cruisers, any cruiser on the market, at least in its stock form. And their biggest calling card is not just that, it's the handling, man. Ooh, yeah. It feels so well balanced and so planted, and it's just, yeah, I can see why people love sports touring motorcycles. So, would this be a good bike to commute on? Yeah, I mean, you have plenty of storage space for your laptop and your office belongings. Like, even, I guess you could fold your suits or whatever into it in the travel bag and put it in the back. You're gonna be comfortable. The seats aren't bad. The seating position isn't bad. I don't see a reason why it should not be a great commuter. Now, would this be a good bike for touring? Amazingly, yes. It's gonna be amazing for touring. It's comfortable, and it's got enough power, enough rider aids, enough technology. It's even got lean sensing headlights, so those swivel as you're leaning so that your path gets lit up. The storage space is, I feel like it's a little on the lower side when you compare it to traditional cruisers and tourers. But then again, if you have extra bags that you can strap down, or other ways of doing it, or other ways of carrying your stuff, or if you're more efficient than packing than I am, I don't know, you should be just fine touring on this bike. Like, as a touring motorcycle, that's what its calling card, and you shouldn't have any problems with it at all. Is it a good bike for beginners? No, not at all. 160 horses, 133 foot-pounds of torque, 816 pounds curb weight, and a price tag of $27,000 and above. So looking at a $30,000 motorcycle. None of those are appealing numbers for a beginner, you know. So if you're brand new to motorcycling, you want to get a bike that's been beat up on, or something that's cheap you can drop and learn on, this is not that bike. But I think this is great for intermediate to advanced riders, not for beginners at all. But what about the cost of ownership, bro, man? So, in conclusion, this is the BMW K1600 Grand America. You get storage space, lots of technology, lots of features, a really good, comfortable ride. It's very agile and nimble for its size. It's really, it kind of fools you, and riding it is really easy, and those rider aids and everything come to your help so much. It's great for touring, it'll be great for commuting, not the best for beginners. This will be great for tour riding too, if you're going touring. The thing I like the most about this bike is that exhaust note. Like, this is in its stock form, but if you give it gas, I'm such a child. So, is the K1600 Grand America the bike for you? Well, are you looking for a sports touring bike that can handle really well, hustle really well, give you lots of features, lots of technology, lots of rider aid? Then yeah, go check it out for yourself. And thanks for watching, you guys. Keep your knees in the breeze, and I'll see you soon. Bro out.